In response to the first evaluation question, in what ways does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real media product? During the process of creating our horror trailer, I did a lot of research on contemporary horror movies, magazines, and posters. I gathered that most horror movies have a conventional chase scene, blood, haunted house, and villain, which is also iconography. In order to meet the ancillary task, my group and I used these conventions in our horror trailer so that it coincided with the horror genre. In a scene in our trailer, the final girl is reading aloud the Lord's Prayer. This links to a scene in the 1976 horror movie Carrie, where she uses her telekinesis powers to send knife after knife at her mother as she is surrounded by candles. We use this element to make the scene appear hauntingly atmospheric. Also, as Carrie's mom is extremely religious, we use religion as a symbol, as it is a common theme in horror movies. When creating our movie poster, I looked at 2014 Paranormal Activity The Marked Ones movie poster. I took many conventions from there, as I felt that they had a lot of subversions. Usually, the final girl or the hero is on the front cover of the movie poster. I gathered that this wasn't the case. I took the convention by putting the villain instead on the front cover of the movie poster. As you can see, Scream in 1996, they used the final girl on the front cover. By subverting this element, I felt that our movie poster would look more effective. We also took conventions, such as the red writing on Paranormal Activities, the marked ones. I gathered that the red text is a typical convention on horror movie posters, as it connotes blood and gore. Also, as we intended to release our horror movie on Valentine's Day, this also links to the text being red. As I researched horror films that were released on Valentine's Day, I came across 2009 horror movie My Bloody Valentine, which used many conventions so that it could link to Valentine's Day. This was a convention my group and I wanted to use. The text is in red and the tagline and credits are in white. We decided to use this convention so that our movie poster linked to real media text. I also looked at 2009 horror movie The Uninvited. As you cannot see the villain's identity, this gives a sense of the unknown or the other. The villain on our movie poster is quite shadowed, which could also link to the Uninvited movies poster, as each character has an aspect that is hidden about them. This is eerie, which is a typical aspect of the horror genre. As you can see from all three ancillary texts, they convey that the Chain movie is going to be released on Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, on our final movie trailer, a title that is showed, This Valentine's Day, was taken out. This was to enhance the trailer so that audiences will want to find out about the movie without giving away too much detail. I believe that the final girl in our movie links to 1996 horror movie Scream's final girl, Sydney. As Sydney abstains from sex and drugs, the final girl in our movie, Riley, does likewise. Riley is a unisex name which gives our final girl masculine attributes, which allows her to fend for herself and win against the villain. This is similar to Sydney, as she also has a unisex name and finds courage to defeat the villain. Riley's last name is Allard, meaning brave and noble. This contrasts to the villain's name, as the villain is called Lilith, which means demon. This enhances the villain's characteristics as they are typically sinister and evil. I believe that having a number of fast shots is a typical convention many horror movies use. As you can see from the clip just shown, my group and I used many fast shots to make our trailer flow and give it a sense of something or someone about to creep up on you. We wanted to give a sense to the audience of something jumpy, which is a convention used in horror movies. As I did research on horror movie My Bloody Valentine, we decided to use this as a text on our magazine. It reads, "A Bloody Valentine Special," and then has a splash of blood over the empire. I believe that this links to real media text, as many other horror movies use blood and gore on the front. They also have the slogan, "Our slogan is Evil Never Dies." We also featured horror movie Annabelle and Oculus on the front. We also spoke about Psycho, putting it into a pun, asking, "How psycho are you?" Overall, I believe that my media product actually uses many conventions, however, challenges them. As we looked at Carol Clover as a theorist, we felt that it related to our trailer, as we wanted to use the aspects of the final girl theory. We also looked at theorist Roland Barthes and had his aspects of his Enigma code. So we looked at many narrative theories and many audience theories which can be applied to our trailer. However, we did undergo many subversions with the titles, slogans, and also images on our poster and magazine. The theory of binary oppositions by Levi Strauss was made prominent in our horror trailer, as we wanted audience members to have a vision of who is good and who is bad. I believe that we highlighted this and made it very obvious, as you could tell who was a villain and who was the final girl. As we attempted to fit Prop's narrative theory to our trailer, we felt that it wouldn't work in the beginning. However, there is a typical hero and villain. This is conventional. In addition, we did the same research on Moral Panic by theorist Cohen. As we felt that stalking is a current issue and could be raised in our trailer, as we wanted to make it the voyeurist in the beginning, we felt that people may be shocked by our theme we present in our trailer and shocked by the statistics we make them aware of on stalking cases. This was all to do with our idea in the beginning, and then we kind of merged it into having a stereotypical horror where someone's chasing someone else. With the research of many other media products and real media text, I believe that I've coincided it into my ancillary text to make it look effective. As we didn't have music at the start of our horror trailer, I believe that it looked really dull and didn't look as effective. As I researched many other horror trailers and real media text, I learned which music to put in to make it look effective. This is also similar to my magazine and poster, as I researched other real media texts to make my magazine and poster look effective.